Honorable Chief Guest, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Members of Parliament, Development Partners, FP 2020 representatives from the USA, esteemed religious leaders present and members of the clergy, cultural leaders, distinguished members of the academia, young people, boys and girls, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Alain Sibenella, and I'm representing the United Nations Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights Agency, UNFPA, in Uganda. And it is a real honor for me to address the third National Family Planning Conference. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, allow me first to step back 25 years ago when in Cairo, 179 governments at the International Conference on Population and Development agreed, decided, and committed that women's health and rights should be at the center of development. And they furthermore agreed, decided, and commitment that every woman and every girl has a right to choose if and when to become pregnant, the right not to die because she wants to give birth, and the right to be free from all forms of violence, and that includes female genital mutilation. I would therefore like to commend the government of Uganda, under the strong leadership of the Ministry of Health, for consistently positioning family planning as one of the priorities on the government agenda for its Vision 2040, and also as an integral strategy to reduce poverty and to reap on the demographic dividends. As you already know, investment in family planning will help countries reduce poverty and advance the Sustainable Development Agenda 2030, especially the Sustainable Development Goal number 3. Specifically in Uganda, and for Uganda, it is one of the pillars that are critical in harnessing the demographic dividend and which then will spur economic growth. I will not go into the achievements that have been realized by the government of Uganda. I think they've been demonstrated this morning, but I would really like to wholeheartedly respect and appreciate the government of Uganda for their achievements, and as the Honorable Minister said, which was recognized at the International Family Planning Conference last year by a global award. Let me turn, ladies and gentlemen, and as we mark the 25th anniversary of this important international conference, let us reflect on what more needs to be done. Since really the heart of our concern is the very high teenage pregnancy rate. And as you have heard, that teenage pregnancy rate is against the background of a very high population growth rate, but also a very high youth structure and distribution in Uganda. So what needs to change? First, we believe that the government, local and national, has to assure availability, accessibility, and affordability of family planning commodities to the last mile. Second, the government of Uganda should maintain its commitment to mobilize domestic financial resources for family planning. Third, and in line with the theme of this conference, which is empowering communities, we need to really improve community ownership. And in order to do so, we need to sit and listen and understand the socio-cultural, economic, day-to-day realities of the local communities. Ladies and gentlemen, when I insist on the importance of community ownership, it is because I often hear that family planning, size of family, sexuality, acceptance of different ways to live sexuality are subject to the change of mindsets. But how? In my own opinion, and based on my observations in Uganda, I believe that the following can contribute to a mindset change. First and foremost, all of us, whether we are development partners or not, we need to do better in what I call culturally sensitive programming. We need to understand differences and we need to accept differences. We need to also fight stigma and exclusion of people living with HIV, people living with disabilities, and key populations. We need to ensure or to guarantee positive masculinity. And last but not least, we need to ensure that generations talk to each other and hear each other. Right Honourable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, this year, from the 12th to the 14th of November, the governments of Kenya and Denmark, together with UNFPA, will convene the Nairobi Summit to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the ICPD. And this will take place in Nairobi, Kenya. Now, this will be a springboard for governments, civil society, the private sector, and especially young people to announce their global commitments to accelerate progress for the global agenda of sexual and reproductive health and rights, and that includes family planning. At UNFPA, we hope and we trust that the government of Uganda will recommit to ensuring zero unmet need for family planning, including information and services, universal availability of quality, affordable, and safe modern contraceptives. And that includes, of course, during situations of humanitarian crisis. We hope that the government will recommit to ensuring that young people have access to age-appropriate information and services required to adequately protect themselves from unwanted pregnancies and from sexually transmitted infections and HIV and AIDS. We hope that the government will recommit to ensuring an end to all forms of discrimination and violence against women and girls that affect access to family planning services, including ending child marriage and also harmful practices like female genital mutilation. And last but not least, we hope that the government of Uganda will commit to ensuring that family planning and sexual reproductive health and rights remain at the center of Uganda's development, planning and budgeting, and that these critically important issues are linked to how the government has been addressing the nexus between humanitarian response, development, and peace and security, and how to build resilience of the communities that are affected by climate change. As we are all gearing up for this Nairobi summit, we must keep our focus on the importance of family planning to the lives and to the health of women and girls who have a tremendous potential to enable a more and prosperous Uganda. I hereby reaffirm UNFPA's commitment to ensure that we deliver an integrated package of rights to all women and girls, boys and men, urban and rural, young and old, able and differently abled. A package of rights that consists of the right to choose, if and when to be pregnant, the right not to die because you want to give birth, the right to be free from violence, but also the right to good menstrual health and the right to be free from HIV. Thank you.
Thank you so much.